What do junk food and crack cocaine have in common? Well, a new study says both are equally addictive. And Christian, you say since eating fatty foods packs on the pounds, drives up those medical bills, we should institute some type of junk food tax. How do you propose this one, Christian?
Well, you know, Cheryl, as you all are fond of talking about on this show, taxes discourage behavior, and it's very clear that junk food is linked to high rates of obesity, and that's linked to all manner of diseases like diabetes, which add to our health care costs. So a junk food tax is a smart way to discourage that behavior. It makes no sense that this bottle of water costs more than a can of Coca-Cola. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to solve our health issues, but it's one part of a strategy to make sure that people have every opportunity to eat healthy foods.
But Jonathan?
But Christian, can't you get fat on rice cakes? I mean, you wouldn't call that an unhealthy food.
It's a lot harder.
If you eat...
That sounds painful.
But that's your determination. Of course, that's every individual's determination, Cheryl. I mean, listen, every day we make decisions about what to put in our bodies, and we have to decide, you know, do I want the apple or do I want to have the Cheetos day after day after day? The problem is, I think, unfortunately, when you make health care a right, then you give government, of course, a very vested interest. In fact, you give them a right to tell you what to put in your body.
You know what, Trace?
And put it in the hands of bureaucrats or guys like Christian.
I tell you what, Trace, I mean, look, it's almost lunchtime. I mean, hey, those Cheetos look pretty good. But actually, the study that they did on these rats, I mean, even if they were threatened with electric shock, they still were trying to eat because they were addicted to the junk food that researchers were giving them. So there's something here from a scientific perspective. Maybe it's a good idea to tax them.
I mean, look, you put ice cream in front of me, I'd eat it all day, too. But as Jonathan said, you make smart decisions. Either way, though, this is moot. This is coming. Because everyone is broke. Our federal government, our states, they are looking to tax anything, and this is one of the least places they will get pushback. So you will see tax on your Cheetos, Jonathan. I'm sorry to say it.
But, Jonas, would it actually lower health care costs? I mean, look, we tax to kingdom come smoking. People still smoke.
Smoking's down, but you got to really tax the crap out of something. I mean, they really tax cigarettes. It's not like, yeah, you can't add a 5-cent or 10-cent tax to a 2-liter bottle of soda and magically make America thin. It's not going to happen. And sort of to Jonathan's point, I mean, you don't tax bullets. You make murder illegal. Like, having junk food is not really the problem. It's eating lots of junk food and being fat and taxing health care. And I do think we need a fat tax to some extent, not a junk food tax. And they really made a mistake with this health care plan where they're rolling out health care to everybody, government subsidized in some cases, where there's no reward for being healthy. And I think they had an opportunity to do that they missed.
Wayne, I have an idea, though. Hold on, Wayne Rogers. I mean, here's an idea, though. I mean, look, you can eat all the junk food you want. Jonas is kind of making a good point here. But then at the same time, if you do get overweight, then you are taxed. It's a different way to tax the same type of behavior.
I'm lost as to why you should be able to do any of this. This is not about health. This is about freedom. If I want to go out and eat dog do, should be able to go out and eat it. But I mean, that might be crazy. But you cannot legislate what people eat. This is not about health. And if the people want to be unhealthy, they have a right to be. If I want to go out and get drunk, I have a right to go out and get drunk. Now, if I become a public nuisance, yes, there are laws against that. But there are things that have to do with freedom here. This is not about health.
But once the government gives you health care, then all of a sudden we do have a say because we are paying your increasing health care bill. So if you, yes, Wayne's right, if you were on your own tab for health care.
Jonas, hold on. You're going to let the government do this in every instant? Every time the government says, oh, we're going to have a regulation about something, therefore they have the right to get into that business and tell you how to do everything, huh? In other words, they're going to tell you how to sleep. You have no personal responsibility anymore. Might as well take the country and throw it down the drain.
Well, I mean, collectively, though, we all are taking responsibility for health care because of the reform package that's gone through and all the taxes. But at the same time, Jonas, I mean, you know, this is just one creative way to at least curb the behavior. You're saying it curbs smoking. Taxing it could curb obesity. That helps keep costs down for the industry.
They got a penny tax in the health care plan. Look, we are on the hook for people's health care. It is a shared thing, whether it's actually through private health insurance or more importantly through government, through Medicare. So it's in everyone's best interest to keep everyone cheap and spending less on health care.
But Jonas.
And in fact, right now, junk food is way too cheap compared to healthy food, and this tax is a way to bring equilibrium to the system.
John Layfield, I know that you're not a big junk food guy. At least I believe that of you. Please don't destroy that image of you in my mind. But would you do something like this? I mean, a junk food tax, think it would make a difference?
This makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. Wayne is exactly right. This is not about health. Look, I own a nutrition company. I understand the epidemic of diabetes, cancer, and obesity. It has more to do with the deficiency in omega-3s in our food supply than it does with junk food. This is absolutely bogus argument. They're just trying to raise more taxes, intrude themselves into Americans' lives. Mainly it's about taxes. It has nothing to do with potato chips and fat kids, and it's not going to solve the health crisis.
Well, and Jonathan got to eat Cheetos on the show this weekend. So there you go. There's one answer. Whether it is a junk food tax. Oh, man. How do you stay so thin? That is my question, because I know you very well. We're going to take